How's it going, everybody? This is my submission video for my entry for the DIY Stompbox 10-year anniversary contest. For my build, I did a clone of the Love Tone Flanger with no name. To my knowledge, there's only been one other working prototype to this. And none of them have been in a 1590D enclosure. It was quite fun packing it all in there, but I got it in there. I think it looks pretty good, and we'll go ahead and check it out. Real quick rundown on what's what. There's loopage, which basically controls the effects loop return and send. You can basically plug anything into the effects loop and run it through the delay path. There's the time switch in the center bottom. That controls the flanger / chorus capability, which is interactive with all of the controls across the top, manual, depth, and rate, which are pretty common. The IP gain is actually input gain. That controls the amount of input signal into the path. And then your reaction and action controls, which can allow you to fine-tune what part of the wave that you want. And finally, there's the space switch, which is in effect a tremolo, vibrato, and at higher rate settings a ring modulator. And essentially, with the space function on, you can only control the rate. All of the other delay controls, the manual and the depth, action and reaction, are null and void. This pedal can be run in stereo or in mono. As you see across the top, there's the in-out, simple, easy, in and out, 9 volts input, your effects return and send, a trigger gate input, which can trigger the LFO, a CV input, which you can use an LDR or any type of variable resistance to control the manual sweep. Then there's the timeout and spaced out. When a plug's inserted into the timeout, you can have timeout on its own channel and spaced out via the other jack to a separate channel. And they can be put in or out of phase via the mono or stereo switch between the time and space foot stomp switches. Or you can use just the spaced out, and that is a mono output to which you can send both time and space at the same time or individually. There's also an LFO selector switch, so you can select either triangular or square waveforms with either the time or the space function. So enough chitter chatter. We'll go ahead and try to get this demo. For this demo, I did hook up the effects loop, and in the effects loop I have an XP All. It was the only pedal I had on hand. I'm told that a delay pedal works real good in this. Unfortunately, I don't have one at this time, and just to save time, I'm going to go ahead and use just the mono spaced out function. So let's go ahead and get this demo rolling. Basically just playing through an Ibanez Artist into the pedal and out to a PV Valve King. This is the clean. Not exactly in tune. So first of all, we'll go ahead and throw the space on there, or the time, excuse me. As you can tell, it's not a really deep flange, it's pretty subtle, but for this use it's really, really good. The controls are highly interactive. The manual gives you a pretty broad sweep, and the depth can get pretty deep too, almost to a gets pretty wishy-washy if you go way overboard with it. The rate tends to climb pretty high. If you go up high, you can see that the LED varies with the rate. The LED is very interactive as well. It varies with the manual, the depth and the rate. The rate, of course, will cause it to blink faster or slower. The depth will be the depth of the LED. The more depth, the brighter the LED is. And the manual also interacts with the LED as well. Literally hundreds of interactive sounds with this pedal. So we'll go ahead and, for time's sake, go ahead and turn off the time. Throw on the space. And it can get real choppy with the space. Once again, with the space, the manual and depth controls are out of the picture, as well as the reaction and action controls, so pretty much it's only rate. Real funky. And like I mentioned before, if you crank that rate all the way up, you'll get a ring mod. Turn the IP gain all the way up. Let's go ahead and turn them both on at the same time. Space is kind of subtle. Let's go ahead and switch the LFO. You can hear it very faintly pulsing on and off. Alright, finally what we'll go ahead and do is we'll go ahead and throw on our loopage. And that, in effect, adds my XP1000 into the signal chain. We'll go ahead and keep everything on. Just throw some simple wah on there. Let's go ahead and turn the flange off and go up to that ring mod again. Like I said, literally hundreds of effects can be had with this. So, hope you enjoyed it. Vote for me. Never claimed to be a great guitar player, but hope I didn't totally crap out on the demo.